this afternoon session of the Kentucky Healthcare Boys Sweet 16. Today we have with us victorious George Rogers Clark Cardinals coach Josh Cook, players number 21 Tanner Walton, number 8 Sloan, number 5, number 11 Jerome Morton. Coach, comments on tonight's game?
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? It's tournament play, and you gotta have toughness. You gotta build a guard. We're always, people talk about our offense, how many points we can score, and we have guys that obviously want to score and share the basketball. But it takes a lot of character and toughness to want to sit down and guard. And we've instilled that in our guys, and our guys believe in that. It's a simple game plan of get stops, guard actions, do what you're supposed to do. But when it comes down to it, and they need to get a stop, they're going to guard. And I'm just proud of them.
Question?
Right here on the end.
Coach, it seemed like Tanner Walton, anytime to be in the right place at the right time, he was there, whether it be a second chance point or a big bucket that you guys needed tonight.
He's a special kid. He's a dream to coach. He's unselfish. You're rarely going to hear anything him say a bad word about anybody. You know, I think I'm one of his biggest fans, and I think his teammates are too. He just makes plays, guys. He plays the game the right way. And, you know, and he will go, he'll rebound, he'll guard, he'll shoot the three, he'll make plays off the dribble. But where Tanner's grown so much is just his toughness. And you're seeing that now. He's had to guard and bang against guys that, you know, he's a strong guy, but it's just mental toughness. He's just got there, and he goes and competes and plays. And our guys trust him. And I know one of the guys next to him, these two guys, Aiden Sloan and Jerome Morton, are big believers in him. So, you know, he's a special player.
Question right here.
Jerome, you mentioned after the Perry County game that you guys wanted to go further this year. With the game close, being that the Elite Eight is where you guys unfortunately had your season end last year, did that serve as a little extra motivation, you think?
Yeah, because this year we want to win it, and we went out there and proved ourselves. Right here on the end.
Coach, both teams held each other to their lowest point totals of the season. What was it about Pikeville's defense that was tough to figure out?
Well, a lot of that's we shot. We didn't shoot too good, so we had a lot of good looks. You know, they got length. They're strong. Sometimes we over-dribbled early. Rather than just dribble, get a couple dribbles going north, and then kick and make the next play. But, you know, they're an excellent team. They're well coached. I mean, I've known Elijah since he was a kid, and you know, I'm from around that area originally, so I know the passion that, you know, that Pikeville brings with basketball. And, you know, they're always state champs for a reason. You know, they're one of the best teams in Kentucky, and they got special talent, and they know what they're doing. And tonight was, you know, a very tough game. Credit to them.
Right here in front.
For the players, how frustrating was it to shoot the abysmal percentage you shot? But how gratifying was it to come out with a win anyway?
It really wasn't frustrating. We just kept thinking the next shot was going in, but they didn't. So we just wanted to focus on our defense, and we knew if shots weren't falling, we know we got to get more stops and keep shooting.
Yeah. Actually, I'll say it was frustrating. It was frustrating, but you know, we've been there before. We've had what 35 something like that games this year, so we've had our ups and downs, and we're used to it. And especially in tournament play, you know you're gonna have lower scoring games, so we just had to grind it out. And actually, I think it was good for us to go through that already.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it's very frustrating, but at the same time, we had to play really good defense, but I think it was really good for us to stop them at half court and then just hustling and getting loose balls and rebounds. When you can't score, that's just something you got to do.
Right here in the middle. Coach, talk about that last play, the decision to foul up three there. They had to go length of the floor. Talk about, I know coaches out there pick, foul, or play it out. Talk about that last play.
I didn't even mean to foul him. I was just trying to like stop the ball, but you know, he ran into me.
I'll just trust what he said. We'll just go with that. It's, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you can foul that and you can not foul that. You can go so many different ways. I mean, I don't know. I just I'll trust what they do. So he decided to foul it, and he took out a couple guys on the bench. So hopefully our coaches are okay. We can get them guys recovered for tomorrow as well.
In the back.
For the players, like you guys have been to this point before. You played in a lot of different type of games this year. Just being in that situation once again with all this pressure, not flinching when you got to the moment. What did it feel like when you heard that final buzzer?
felt relieved that we finally made it to the Final Four, and I'm just ready to get to the championship and win it.
Coach, towards the end, you were going for baskets instead of maybe holding and pulling out to get fouled. Were you trying to get them to do something else?
No, I still tell them to do that. Honestly, I would. I mean, it's just kind of, you got to be the aggressor. If you're going to play it, you got to be the aggressor. I'm just not much on, I think if you pull it out, you're going to overthink. I mean, you got to, that's just kind of my mindset. I mean, if you see the way my teams play and they played in the past, we want to score, we want to be aggressive. And, I trust those decisions. Those were turnovers, but, I think 90% of the time, those guys would make the right play. And, you just, when these moments come, and I'm a big believer in this, you don't watch it. Go get it.
Right.
And if that means making an aggressive play, go make an aggressive play. And I'm going to support them. If we made a mistake, mistakes are made, I'll support them 100%.
Aiden, can you talk a little bit about coming through in the clutch? There was a couple times you started to rally, you hit a three and nailed a few free throws to push it back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was praying. I was serious, I was praying, and I think it helps a lot last year being in this situation. I had free throws against Oldham County last year that I blew the front end of the 2-1-1s, and this year being back in it, I didn't have the nerves the same way. I feel like a senior leader, and like we've been through this before, so it didn't really feel clutch. It just felt like any other moment in the game.
Right here on the end.
Coach, with potentially having to play 2 games tomorrow, what are the next few hours for your team to look like? Are you going to stay and watch the games? Are you going to prioritize rest? How do you feel like you want to go about it?
Well, I'm going to be honest, this has been typed out since Saturday. And whether or not that does not mean we've overlooked anything, we just want to have a plan, say, hey, to make sure, they're kids, to make sure they know that we believe in this process. And so we are eating on the bus, we are going back and we are doing our game prep for tomorrow. They have a 7:30 curfew that they must be at where they're staying. And they'll probably get all kinds of lovely phone calls tonight to make sure they're in bed, so are their parents. Then they'll get calls in the morning to wake up and tell them, hey, we're behind you. And we'll meet at 8 o'clock and get ready to come back to do what we need to do.
Okay, final question. Right here.
Jerome, Riley without a field goal tonight. Throughout the season, I've seen you guard the Blake Reeds, the Justin Beckers, the high-profile scorers. Going into games like that, I mean, how much of an emphasis do you put on that side of the ball and locking that opponent down?
It's my game. I like to play defense. I said that, I think, to you a long time ago. People know me for my offense, but they don't know that I like to play real good defense, and I like to guard the other team's best player, and I think it's a challenge, and I like taking on challenges.
Okay, Coach, thanks very much. Good luck for the games tomorrow.
Thank you all. Appreciate you.